through the pain and through the storm. Lord, may you keep us safe and warm. Through the war that we come forth, may we overcome. May we conquer. May we overcome. May we overcome. May we overcome it all. May we overcome. May we overcome it all. It all.
Okay, so hey, y'all, come on in. How y'all doing today? I hope everyone's having a blessed day. Okay, because God is amazing, yes he is. But here we are with Daryl Dixon, Season 3, Episode 5, y'all. Okay, now in the beginning, I hope you guys liked my little soundtracky thing. Okay, so I did a little, a little salt, a little pepper, a little cheese on the beginning, and that was just basically showing the introduction of where we left off with them finding. Well, they found Roberto, y'all. They found Roberto. And Antonio was very devastated, honey. When they found him, he was hanging. And as y'all saw previously, and Daryl and Carol, they had to get the zombies down, and Antonio. And they finally get Roberto down, because Antonio's like, Roberto! Like that's his son. He ain't playing. And so and you got the little villains up there. They done broke the rope, but Daryl got them down before they even cut it. And so boom, y'all. So Roberto is very, very much so injured right now. He ain't feeling it. Okay, he is not good, but he is breathing. And Antonio is he's breathing, okay? Everything's okay, So, yay! For that they found Roberto anyways, but where's Justina? Because Roberto done went, y'all. Okay, so Roberto done went, who was behind the tree when Justina was at the horse, right? When we left off, it was Roberto! Roberto! I told y'all they was going to escape. So, they escaped slick. But they did not escape, y'all, too far. They didn't get too far, evidently, because look at Roberto. And where is Justina? I guess they took her back. And I'm just like, dang, she can't get away from the PPV bows. Preemie T-bows. Them preemie T-bows, honey. I don't know. So, so she can't get away from them. And they basically just got them locked down. And, so Carol and Antonio take back Roberto to the Sal Del Mar. Okay, y'all, takes him back. They take him back there, take him back home, and so this is what goes down when Carol and Antonio are sitting by bedside by Roberto with these other ladies that are nursing him. Yeah. Carol goes, so, whatever medicine of nourishing they're finna do to him to get him well. She's like, so is it some kind of like, witchcraft, and I'm like, yeah, is it some kind of witchcraft? And he's like, no. Antonio's like, no. And then boom, here they go, y'all. And so he's just like, yeah, yeah, so watch this.
Well, yes.
Monstros, carusas, sapos e bruxas, desmos, trasnos e diaños, espíritos das nevadas veigas, corvos, píntegas e meigas, feitizos das mencilleiras, apartaos da nostro fillo Roberto.
So okay, y'all seen that, and look at that. Okay, so after that, y'all, here we go, here we go. Carol, right? Um, how I feel about this is she okay? They letting Roberto get his rest and whatnot after the little healing remedy, and Carol goes again, just like she did with Julian. Always gotta invite somebody to America, y'all. She goes and asks Antonio if he would like to come to America. I mean, child, Carol, he is not thinking about that right now. He is thinking about Roberto and his healing process and him getting better. That's his main focus right now. He don't care about nothing else. Antonio ain't studying nothing. Okay, so he kind of like brushes it off, and then they go off and they go and sit out there with Fide, and they about to go talk to Fide. So when they talk to Fide, they kind of just act all, nonchalant about the situation because they're trying to keep it on the hush that they know that Justina did not volunteer to go. Okay, she did not volunteer to go, y'all, over there. Like they said like he said that she did or whatever. Whoop whoop. So boom, you know, that Carol is and they just kind of going with the flow, and you got Antonio saying kind of vibing with it. Yeah, I remember this and that and that, you know. And so Fide asks where Daryl is, and meanwhile going back to when before they got Roberto to the healing. They go and they talk in the trap. Daryl is going off to Barcelona, and they ask how far it is. It's whoop de whoop because he trying to figure out who done did this to Roberto, and he trying to get them got, okay, and all of that stuff. And he kind of just leaves off with a weenies, and he says weenies to Carol, and it just brought it all the way back to the beginning of this season, y'all, and it was just so beautiful. So anyway, yes, so that was what happened. And so now they starting to talk some more. And so as they continue to talk some more, y'all, you got Fide, he over here he trying to see what they know, and they not budging, and they looking at him like, you wrong, like. So I was just kind of like, y'all, go ahead, y'all, keeping the secret or whatever, and that's what's up. So then you got after that they kind of brush off the conversation, and then after Fide walks off, Paz comes by, and she just like she want to know the scoop, she want to get all the feed. And so this is when they tell her what Daryl is doing and where he at and what happened. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And yes, Daryl goes off, and he's riding off on his bike mobile, y'all. He is gone on his bike, okay? In the nice deserted area. So as Daryl is riding on his bike in this deserted, beautiful mountain area, he's flying by, going towards where his mission is, and he runs into this what it supposedly looks like a zombie, but is not because it's speaking, y'all, and it's talking about agua. It wanted some water, and but what it is I'm believing it's a disease called leprosy, y'all, and yeah, we're gonna get into that. Yes, so he giving that thing some water, and it's looking all over the sky, watching the birds fly, and I'm, honey, what is going on? What is about to go down? Okay, so y'all, Daryl is after Daryl give this water to this. I think he a Limbo, but I'm not sure. Okay, so this man that wanted some agua, wanted some water. He goes on about his way, and then as he's going, he runs into this train. Honey, he hears the guitars playing and the music and whatnot, and then a trail of chains of the dead walking. Okay, chained to the train like a daggone colony. I'm just like, what is this, right? So boom, he sees it, he analyzes it, he kind of like inspects it, like, and then he goes on his motorcycle, and then then boom, y'all, he getting chased by some other guys on a motorcycle. I guess they coming from the train, right, at this point, and boom, he sees that he's set up, and he gets with the program. I'm thinking, can we just get through the mission? Okay, so no, they trying to get him, and so it's like a little shoot off going on, and he riding, they riding, and he all you hear is yeet, 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 yeet. I love me some dirt bikes. I can't wait to get one of my own. I wish I could get one right now. Like, I would love a dirt bike. But anyways, this dirt bike and just okay, they just dirt biking. Okay, so boom, it's a face off between him and this other guy. And then, Daryl shoots at the motorcycle, and it like, kind of shapes the guy's arm and whatnot. Boom. I'm like, what happened? What just happened? Wait, who got who? So Daryl notices, he crashes, right? The bike falls down. So I guess he gets away. He goes away off foot. Meanwhile, dude mad. He like, come on, like, telling the other crew, his crew, to just like, come on, whatever. And check the bike. The bike's all messed up, Daryl's bike. So, and then they take his bike. So they're on foot in the desert, y'all. Going back to the guy that needed agua, he was talking about some you're next in Spanish, okay? And he was like, you next. So Daryl over here needing agua. He needing some water now. You know what I'm saying? He like, I need water. Like, he hallucinating and stuff, looking in the sky, seeing things. And so when these are the limbos that came up, that he was like, he was just not having it at that point. Lost his motorcycle. He wasn't in the right mind. He was like, I'm gonna die here. Anyways, so when they come up, he was ready to shoot, right? And then the guy, he was just like, please, no, it's okay, type stuff. And then his other people walk up with him and show him it's all right. He looking at them like, he not really know what's going on. And then so he just kind of follows. He tell him water, like water. He follows him, and he follows the limbos and stuff like that. And he goes into where their plantation is and stuff like that. And he looks around. And as he's looking around, he's kind of just consuming it all in. And they get to this little fire pit area, and Daryl needs some water, y'all. He just agua, more. He want more water, right? Okay, going back to the train, the dude on the train, I don't know. I guess he like the leader of that train. And so yes, Daryl want his motorcycle back, but right now he thirsty, and so he meets everybody there, gets acquainted and whatnot, and so in order for him to get some help from them, he was wondering wondering what they wanted from what they want in exchange or whatever. And so basically, they want their water back, and so he made a plan. He set up a plan with them. He's like, you guys are gonna have to fight. Whoop de whoop de whoop. Oh, also they talk about before all of that. They talk about the water and what happened to the water, and basically like it was like a war or whatever. It's old that happened to them as far as they having leprosy and stuff like that. And Daryl was wondering if it was like sorry y'all, was the water dried up from the sun, and they was like, no, the guys from the train took their water and all that. So ooh, so it was just like that he looking for the same people, whoop, whoop. So I guess they on the same page when it came to that, right? Bad. So they set up a plan, saying, as far as like how 4 people, saying, we're gonna whoop whoop whoop, doop doop doop, get it on together, and then boom. Okay, so the lady, the leader there for the Limbos, the black woman here, she's like, rested off, and so Daryl takes, to think about, it or whatever as far as getting it done, the job done, and then boom, he takes a rest, and he wakes up in the morning, and that's when he starts the travels, and they let he takes off in the truck, and they're thinking it's taking so long. Where is he? It's been very long, and the little girl points out there, like there he is, they're like he's coming through, and they're like move forward, like, so they going in the plantation of their stationing up, positioning, getting in position, y'all, and then boom, Zero come busting in, and here come the people on the motorcycles, and then okay, they they scoping them and whatever. As Daryl's standing there, and he runs, he dipped, and then the guys that came, and they setting up, they trying to figure out which way to go get them, and they start separating or whatever. Little girl already seeing that, and then go Daryl, go ahead, you know what I'm saying, just go ahead, okay. He just doing his thing on this episode right here, y'all. It get crazy, okay. So little girl counting, you know what I'm saying, she counting, she marking it down on how many down already and stuff, right? They helping, they got the rope, they pull they pull the rope, and then trip up 2 motorcycle people at first, and then but the first shot was because he only had 4 bullets. That's what it was, y'all. So they had to like tackle the extras manually, and then boom. So the first tackle was done, and then the girl marks it 1. She uno, and so cute, and boom. Mind you, this is also the little girl that offers Daryl water. It's so cute, so cute. Anyways, so yeah, it just goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, he manages to get all of them down. I mean, in the cuarto, it was like Daryl's stance when he about to like do something, you don't ever know. He got that poker face. You know what I'm saying? It's that poker face. You don't know what he finna do, and then the enemy just be like, ah! You know what I'm saying? Like they scared, but they try to act all hard. It is crazy, but yes, Daryl slay it. Okay, he ain't playing. He trying to get back home to America. He ain't trying to be doing all of this. So yeah, um, that was it. They got that done, and so now it was time for Daryl to go off to that train. Mind you, he was like Spider-Man jumping on top of trains, and I'm like, Daryl, but the zombies, you let them loose. Like, he done let the zombies loose after, um, catching one of them on top of the train, and then he want his bike back, and then boom, he get all in there, and I'm just like, he gets on the dude with the guitar player and the music. I'm just like, woo, making my heart race. All these zombies done got loose from the chains, and they surrounded the dang on train, and they coming in the train. And so meanwhile, when he finally gets to the leader of the train, honey, they both stuck killing dead. Meanwhile, can't get to each other right now. So but the leaders, this guy, he like gets his knife stuck in the zombie, and then like, so when it's time for him and Daryl to go, he's just like so he's tired, and Daryl's just like checking it, like, yeah, so I guess I'll take a breather too before I kill you. It was crazy. So yeah, he just like, went on him because he tried to be slick, and remember his gun was up there, but he just was trying to be slick. So he looked at it, but Daryl caught that real quick and fast in a hurry, because he not in his place of zone. So he was ready for anything. He tried to grab his gun. He knocked him in that water, in that tub. It was bye Johnny. Meanwhile, he had a whole this dude had a whole lizard iguana of a thing, feeding it eyeballs, y'all. And this is called Lola. Okay, so Lola, she don't want no dang on eyeballs. She want to be free. She want no dang on eyeballs. Anyways, I just thought that was so disgusting. That's so for Halloween though, y'all. It's just like so the time of the year right now. Eyeballs, come on. Ah! Ew. And so yeah, that was done. Daryl did that, and the Limbos met him at that train so they can get their water back. And then boom, little girl so cute, she gave him her cup to treasure. And Daryl goes off on his way. I just thought it was so beautiful. The ending of this was just like triumphant, and celebrative, you know what I'm saying, like conquering. And I just like it. I just love it. I just soaked it all in, like, yeah, go Daryl. Woo. So yes, I hope y'all enjoyed this recap. Please be sure to subscribe and like, y'all. It really helps me to be able to give y'all more content, better content. And, just show your girls some love. You know what I mean? Thank you for supporting. And, yes, peace out. Do the limbo. Bye.